If somebody told you a week ago that the lead atop the Premier League table could be 9 points, you could understand why they would say that. Liverpool playing Man City at home, you could assume or even believe Liverpool will win that game. Man City go on and win that game. Arsenal beat Sunderland. Then in the midweek, Man City beat Fulham, and you're thinking, Brentford are a tough team to go away to. They can potentially take points off Arsenal. And then that's exactly what ended up happening. What a game. And specifically, what a second half that was from both these teams. So that first half was boring. Admittedly, there's nothing to talk about in that first half because it was boring. It was a hard watch in that first half. Honestly, there were points in that first half. I thought about just watching the Barcelona Atletico Madrid Copa del Rey game instead. It was that boring. But the second half is what we absolute cinema. End to end, every set piece looked dangerous. Long throws, corner kicks, both teams with so much energy just got injected into them at halftime. They both look so lethargic and slow and boring in the first half. Second half, they both come out and they're just end-to-end boxing, punching each other with different attacking maneuvers the entire second half, right? Arsenal started the second half, they have the corners, they have the possession, they have all the play. And then Brentford slowly built their way back into the game. Like, Arsenal get that goal from Madueke, which, I mean, it's a very good header. I wonder, I have to watch it again. I wonder if Kelleher slips as he's going to his left foot so he can't generate the power in his legs to go back to his right and and at least make a more competent dive. I have to look back at that, but I thought it was a decent enough header, 1-0 to Arsenal. And then you know it's coming, right? Whenever Brentford go down 1-0 at home, you know it's coming. They're gonna pressure you. They're gonna start moving like the most difficult team you've ever played in your life, and they do it to every team. No top team has said they're gonna win to Brentford and they just have an easy ride. It's always difficult, and I expected Brentford, the same thing Arsenal would do to teams. You know, whenever it's tight and they want to get a goal or they want to get a result, Arsenal will press you, right? They'll taking corners, long throws, set pieces, pinning you in. Brentford did the exact same. Somebody said in the group chat, Brentford are basically Arsenal light. Arsenal, you know, like Arsenal's low bro, in the way they play. The things that Arsenal do to other teams, Brentford can do it to teams as well. And that's exactly what they did in that second half. And that goal that they scored, Lewis-Potter had a chance from a corner maybe like 5-10 minutes earlier. And he goes wide. He should have hit the target. Maybe he should have scored. But this chance, I think it's a flick on from, is it Vandenberg? One of those big ass center backs that Brentford always play with. Flicks it on. Kayode might be the new Rory Delap. I'm not even exaggerating. I watched Rory Delap for Stoke for many, many years, and that long throw was literally the most dangerous weapon in the Premier League. Kayode he's there. Okay, I'm so serious. He's there. He's really on Rory Delap's level when it comes to long throws and just the effectiveness and the low and hard, the long loop throw in. He has all the it's like talking about a guy taking corner kicks. This guy has every delivery from a long throw in that you could possibly need from your player. Great throw in, great flick on, and Keane was part of this time. He makes no mistake. And I have to look at Martin Odegaard. It seems like every time something goes wrong with Arsenal when I watched him recently, it's like he's always around the vicinity. It's always, and I think maybe I'm over exaggerating. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Odegaard because sometimes I kind of get tired of his style of play. Then I go online and I see Arsenal fans basically saying the same thing. So I'm thinking, okay, there might be some validity with this Odegaard criticism because it seems like it's always him. Whether it's not tracking back defensively, whether it's slowing down attacks, something. Today, it was not tracking your man at the back post, and Keane Lewis-Potter equalizes right before he gets taken off. And from that point, it seemed like Brentford were the only team that won that game. Brentford were the team that would win that game. And the chances, the way they attacked in those last 20, 25 minutes, it showed that they were desperate to get that win. Because look, if they get that win, what are they? I think they go. They were on 39 points or 36 points before this game, so they've been pushing Liverpool No, 40 points. So they were going to be level on points with Liverpool if they won this game. So it had every incentive to push for that win. And Igor Thiago today, this whole season, I've been singing your praises, my bro. Well, 20 Premier League goals, I think he's had this season. And this is what you do when your team needs you the most. 6 shots. This guy had so many chances today. And that's what you do. 17 Premier League goals, actually. But the last chance that he had, when he nicks the ball past, I think, Mosquera, and he's in through on goal, and he just slows. It's too casual. It's too slow. Basically jogging. You know Arsenal players. If you ever have a sight on goal, Arsenal players are hunting you down. They will die before they let that ball go in. And the fact that he just slows down and basically tries to walk the ball into the net. Mosquera gets back easily. I think he could even play Ouattara in, but as a striker, I understand you're not passing that chance up. But that was extremely poor execution from Igor Thiago, and just generally poor today from a player that's been so reliable for this Brentford team. But on the larger scale of things, I look at this Arsenal team and I start to look over my shoulder and I'm starting to think, are they going to do it again? Are these boys going to fumble this league again? Because it's well within the realms of possibility that it can happen. Because look, 4 points. I think Arsenal's next games: Wolves away, Spurs away, Chelsea at home, Brighton, and then Everton. Right? Chelsea, Spurs. You never know what can happen in those games, especially Spurs with a new manager. Chelsea, of course, with a new manager, will be hungry to do anything they can to not only win the game, but ruin Arsenal's title charge. Arsenal, if they're not careful, they can lose this. Look, listen, Man City only need a glimpse. It only needs to be anywhere between 3 to 5 points or less with like 5 games left. And Man City will have every confidence that they can win this league. That's because they still have to play Arsenal at the Etihad at some point, I think in April. So they're very, very confident that they can still beat Arsenal before the season ends. But Arsenal fans, I know for a fact you're looking over your shoulder and you're thinking to yourself, no, it surely cannot happen again. Surely Man City are not going to hunt us down again. We have to find, and it all boils down to the attack. It all boils down to that attack. That attack is not consistent enough. It's not consistent enough. There's not enough matches I watch of Arsenal where I say to myself, you know what? They're repeating the same movements or the same animations, whatever you want to call it, same plays, and it's resulting in high quality chances. I remember watching Man City for years. Man City for years would repeat the same plays over and over again. Pass, De Bruyne goes down byline. Somebody at the byline cuts it back, edge of the box, cuts it back 6-yard box. Boom, Aguero, goal. Goals like that. Goals where you could see that they would run the same play 5 times in one game and it will come off once or twice and they'll score from that exact play. Arsenal need that. They don't have that and they need that. Because in this title race, in these last 12 games, third of the season, every team is playing for something at this point. Most of the teams are playing for something. Every team you play, it's not going to be easy. There's not going to be any more like 5-4-0s. What you're going to have to struggle through games. Even if you're playing good football, you might have to struggle through some games. Arsenal need more from their attackers to be able to push through and win this title. Because if they don't get more from the likes of Gyökeres, Trossard, Martinelli, Saka, Madueke, then I don't know how they're going to win the league. Speaking of more, what the hell is Eberechi Eze doing in this team? He just looks so devoid of confidence. He just looks completely... I can't even recognize the player I'm seeing. The player at Palace that was so free-flowing and creative, and I look at Eze right now and I see a guy that's lost a spark. He has absolutely no spark when he plays for this Arsenal team. I don't know if it's Arteta's draining type of football, brand of football that just sucks the life out of creative players, but Eze looks completely lost. He looks completely out of it in this Arsenal team. So I don't know what else to expect from him. I don't know what Arsenal fans are thinking. I don't know what he's thinking. If this was the right move, but World Cup coming up, I don't know. It's tough seeing a player that you really enjoyed for years looking like they look right now. But and not just Eze. Eze, obviously starts. Odegaard comes on, nothing. Like, your two most creative players are creating nothing for you. And in the end of the season, that is unacceptable. Somebody has to step up for this Arsenal team and just take charge of games. Take charge of games, create chances, score goals, because Man City have that. They have players that can do that. They have Turkey. They have, Foden obviously has been struggling, but in the past, he's there. Haaland, of course, he's there. Rodri, like, they have players that have been there, done that can see them over the line. If Arsenal do not get their foot back on the pedal, Man City will catch them. And I hope they do. I genuinely hope they do. But bias aside, Arsenal, they're struggling. They're struggling, and they need to pick it up, because I'm not one of those people that looks at, if you're winning, it matters much, because Liverpool were winning in the beginning of the season and it was terrible. Also, I've been winning games this season, and large percentage of the wins have looked terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not been pretty to watch. Pretty football generally wins you the league. There's only been a handful of times that teams will just play ugly, not as free flowing, not as enticing football, and they'll win the league. Think of some of the Chelsea sides under Mourinho. Think of the Invincibles. Think of Leicester City. Even they played decent football, but generally playing the best football in the league wins you the league. If Arsenal are not careful, Man City will pip them. And listen, it might sound crazy. Man City could be first by March. Man City could be top of the league by March. And that is a very, very scary place for Arsenal to be. So, guys, I don't know what to expect from this point on. My percentage is still maybe like 60% Arsenal, 40% Man City. But it can get really, really close very, 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 very soon. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace out.